home too. What's happening? Y'all? It's the Meet the Road show. It's Friday, y'all. Listen, it's been a week of blessings for me. I don't know about y'all, but I hope it's been lit for y'all. But I got somebody very, very special on my show today. One of the one and the only legend. I know I said this about everybody, but this one of the ones. This one of the ones. So Rico, come on up. Rico Brooks in the house. Hey Rico. Hey Rico. How you doing?
I'm great, and you?
Welcome to the Meet the Road show.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Listen, everybody been like, you got Rico on the show? Like, how you do that? Yeah. You famous out here for real.
Stop. You gotta tell them it's all about relationships.
It is. It definitely is. It that's something you taught me. Yeah. So speaking about relationships, boom. Tell me, who is Rico Brooks?
Well, Rico Brooks. I'm from Albany, Georgia. I'm a talent manager.
Wait, how you say it?
Albany.
Say how they say Albany.
Some people say Albany, Georgia.
Okay.
But Atlanta. I was born in Albany, but Atlanta's my home. I've been here over 30 years.
Ooh, okay.
So,
yeah. You from here? Okay. So what else? What do you do?
I manage talent, so I manage producers like Sunny Digital.
That's right.
D Rich.
That's right.
Few, but that's mainly what I do. I'm a talent manager, so I manage producers. Yep.
Listen, he trying to be humble, y'all. This is one of them ones. First time I met Rico, you was managing. Was you working with Boys in the Hood?
Yeah.
Boys in the Hood with Jody Breeze?
Yep.
That's the first time I met him, and I was like, who is this bald-head black man who know everybody? Who got all the connects? He making it happen for everybody. And that's when I knew, like, okay, I'm in the presence of a legend, for real.
Oh, thank you.
You are definitely a legend. You are definitely one of the ones. So don't be humble. You can't be humble, Rico. It ain't time for that. But let's get into it. So you're a manager, right?
Yep.
So how is it managing rappers and producers in this industry now?
It's changing every day. It's changing every week, every month.
Right.
So what got us here won't get us there. How we did business yesterday is not how we're gonna do business today.
Right.
It's a constantly changing landscape.
Okay.
So but just to kind of dig in a little, like when I first started, I was working with artists like Boys in the Hood,
right,
Young Jock, Gorilla Zoe,
right.
And so, but artists are they take a lot of your
life.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah.
And but it's cool. It could be great. Like if you have a successful rapper,
okay,
like we did with Young Jock. We toured around the world.
How was that?
It was like
experience. Yeah, you've been on a bunch of tours, so
yeah, got a lot of stamps in the book.
Yeah, well traveled.
Jock made the Forbes list.
Shout out to that. I know that. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So it was fun. Like, but it's also very taxing on the soul, on the mind, body, spirit.
That's what I want to get into. Yeah. How is that like dealing with? People are different, and it's a bunch of different personalities. Mm-hmm. So being a manager like yourself, how is that? How do you deal with that?
Yeah, so
because you got to deal with the ups and downs and be all right.
Yeah, so with the difference between working with, to me, in my opinion, like working with artists is like you can only do like a couple and do it well because they take so much
out of
energy. So with producers, I was able to like have a little more life and then a little more like downtime or relaxation. But then some of my producers became bigger than some artists.
That's right. That's right.
So, but I'm always happy for the blessing though, because I'm blessed to live the life that I live. Seen the people I've seen, places I've been. So I'm very living life with gratitude, not like, and I learned a lot. So I'm not bitter about none of the relationships,
right,
or artists that are producers that I managed in the past.
Right.
I wouldn't take nothing for the journey. I would keep it. I would do it all over, and things happen.
Don't y'all love him?
Keep moving.
Like I wish Rico. How did you get like that?
I think
because I know people piss you off. I know these piss you off. I know they made you mad.
Yeah.
So how did you get there to where you like, I'm good?
Yeah, I think it started like honestly like with my grandparents.
Oh wow.
And then like because my grandparents, I grew up in the church from Albany, Georgia. Grew up in the Pentecostal church. My grandmother was the mother of the church. My grandfather was the deacon of the church.
Okay.
So we opened and closed the
church.
But then that's just one part of it, which is organized religion. But then you also have this thing called your faith. and things to keep you grounded. So
that's right.
When my grandmother and grandfather passed away, then I was leaning on my mom, and she would help me. But then my mother transitioned in 2015, so that's why I really had to lean in, exercise my faith. So it's funny, like when you go through these things, you talk about, you hear it, you read it, but it's not really. It's different when you actually have to practice it.
That's right.
Instead of like wanting to slap somebody, like say turn, do the right thing. So,
turn the cheek.
I think it's like and I'm practicing every day because I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. But I definitely try to do the right thing. But it's just, and it's like a constant every day. Every day. You have to wake up and say today is a good day.
So do you like meditate?
I not as much as I used to. I actually did a little this week. Okay. I definitely was big into that, big into just like being out in nature, being in peace. Yeah. Just trying to surround myself with positive people and things that like promote growth.
Okay, so I want to ask you this for creatives, producers, rappers, whoever. Right now in today's time, what is the best advice that you can give them?
Yeah. If they're a producer, if they're artists, I say, hey, look, depending on where you are, just know that the internet made the world smaller. I said, just start connecting with people. It was so funny. So like, I remember when we were coming up, like when people wouldn't get in, like some producers, some artists. I'll take it back even further. I remember when I was working with Jock, and we had went down to Miami to work with Scott Storch. He had like this big mansion on the private island, and he was like, I only work with platinum artists. And I was like, well, that's not a great philosophy in my opinion, because that means you're gonna miss all the next up and coming waves. So, but we had people that were blocking us. Like when we were coming up, they didn't want to work with Sonny. They didn't want to work with some of my other producers. But now when they get to that point, then like now we bust through, and now we don't need them now.
Yeah.
So then
F you.
Yeah. So not like that attitude. But
Okay.
Sometimes we'll still go back and show love. But, so I see this happening, like even current day. Like I just say go to this Ian show the other day. So I went, right. And this white kid, and I know however you feel about him is whatever you feel. I just went. I was doing market research. Yeah. And I was just really blown away by like how the kids. I know what's going on. Yeah. I think I do. So when I saw it, I was like, okay, cool. And I was just like be willing to open and embrace like the newness of the challenge, or just the generation, not just like look down on it or frown upon it. Just whether you like it or not, just be open to
the changes.
To it. Yeah. Yeah. Because I've seen some guys that get stuck in the sound, they get stuck in well, this is how I used to do business. Right. Well, if you do business, we don't do that business. Like, I want to do sessions. Right. Like with this, well, they might need a pack. They might want you. They might go to YouTube and get a type beat. You see what I'm saying? They might go to BeatStars or Beat Club or somewhere. So you have to be able to change with the time. In my opinion.
I think that's very true, and I think that's great for the creatives and longevity in the music industry. And just working alongside with you, what I noticed is that that's exactly what you do. Like you be like, okay, boom. The Rico that was Boys the Hood is not the Rico that was Sunny Digital and whoever else. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand that now. So the industry, right? As you can see, we all can see that it's taking turns and it's flipping, and it's like having dookie knots in your stomach. So with it's flipping everywhere, where do you think it's going?
I honestly am I feel real good about the industry.
Ooh, so real good?
Yeah, I feel really good.
That's a first.
Yeah, so I look at I was looking at some of the podcasts, and I hear the guys like saying, "Oh man, the industry's in shambles." Right. But then I read the Goldman Sachs report saying that the music industry is going to double by 2030. I read every report. I look at, like, Warner just released their report. They made money. Wow. Universal, I mean, they made so much money, they gave Lucian $100 million bonus. You know what I'm saying? Even though they laid off. So what see is, like, you got to see what's going on. So, the industry is transitioning. So they don't need as many people in certain positions. So it's contracting, but then, it's maybe getting smaller, but think about it. So look at Spotify. They released their numbers, and they was going through the roof. Okay. But they did a round of layoffs. Like I think a quarter of their staff they laid off.
Right. I've been seeing that.
So what they're doing is called addition by subtracting. So they're saying, look, we don't need this many people, but we do need people in these key positions. and we can still be lean and still be mean and still make a lot of money and make our investors happy. Because at first it was about growth.
Yeah.
Now it's about showing your investors, hey, can you make a profit? Are you making money for me? And they say, if I give you $10, are you going to turn that around? And they're showing that they can do that by being leaner. You don't need as many people.
That's true.
So the industry is up. So if you don't believe me, like, get a hit single and watch the phone calls and watch the call. Watch the money. As a producer, I know Sonny could tell you, like, they come over here and they tell him the deals, and he'd be like, tell me, and I'm like, yep, that's what I see what's going on.
Yep, I know.
But you gotta have something that they want. The key to this industry, always have something that they want. I realized I used to take it personal, like when I lost certain clients and they didn't call me back. They're like, Rico, don't take it personal. It's like, you was holding a position. It wasn't about you. Now, some people do genuinely like me, but if I don't have something that they need or want, then it's like, I like you, Rico, but I can't give you this money.
I can't give you this free money. I want to give you this money, dog, but I can't.
And then so I went and got something they want. They're like,
come on back here. Oh, wow. Okay.
It's always good doing business with people you love. Like, I was just listening to the Kendrick album. And one person who I think was so cool, so good, like Naeem Ali, he actually helped close several deals for us. And Kendrick gave him a shout out.
Yeah,
I remember going to meet him, like, when he was at Warner, and he was like pushing J-Rock and he was pushing stuff. But he always just been a solid guy. Like, in some of the deals, he'd go talk to Lucian, like, look, this is what they need to close this deal,
and going to get it.
And they brought it back. But you don't even know about these people, and they like making big moves. So don't always go for the big name. Don't be afraid to make relationships and connections and come up together with people. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't cost nothing extra to be nice to people.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
You know what, Rico? You is a special one. This guy, listen. Let me tell you something. From day one, you have, I know, not only inspired me, but everybody that's around us. Like, even if how you speaking now, because even you just saying, like, the research that you do. Like, a lot of these people not researching. A lot of these managers aren't researching, but that's important too. It's not just about, oh, I have this big client and I'm pushing this client and da-da-da-da-da. Like, you got to know what's going on for real.
Yeah, you got to invest in yourself. Like, so don't be afraid to invest in yourself. Like, I'm a lifelong learner. So I graduated, I have an associate's degree in history, I have a BA in history, but then I did extra curricular things. Like, I'm always reading. I subscribe to Billboard.
Wow.
I did the BIMS class at Harvard. That's just like the business of entertainment, media, and sports. I just did the Trap of the Summer with Dan Runcie. Like, I went out there and I'm like investing because I want to know what these conversations, what people are talking about, and I also want to make connections and relationship, because whether you believe it or not, your life is going to be changed by a relationship. There's going to be a person you meet, or someone you DM, or someone that came up to you, or someone that emailed you. So never underestimate the power of a relationship, because that's what's going to change your life.
That's what matters.
And that changed my life. Like, me meeting Sonny, and Sonny introducing me to Metro, then Sonny introducing me to D-Rich, Sonny introducing me to B Weezy. You see what I'm saying? Like, what if I would have never met Sonny? I met Sonny through Gorilla Zoe. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So, and then, like, we're going full circle with it. You see, so it's a power of a relationship. And I met some of the life-changing relationships for me was just me spending some money, like going to a party for a friend, and then I meet somebody at that party and say, hey man, I got some ideas for you. What do you think about this? And next thing you know, I got a venture with Cobalt. You see what I'm saying? To sign some writers. So it helped change my guys' lives.
So right now, you're still managing producers and artists?
Mostly producers,
producers. That's kind of like, that's where you.
Yeah, and then I have a publishing venture at Cobalt, and then I have one at Empire. So then
come on, guys,
get my guys money. And then we able to like help them buy homes and do things, buy cars, and take care of their families.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
So you're not just keeping the surface level. You like, look, we're gonna get y'all out the hood.
We got money that people can go buy their parents' houses. They can take care of their kids. They can do things. And so that's important to me. You see what I'm saying? It's not just like, dang, Rico
getting the money,
dang, what about, you see what I'm saying? Like, no, a lot of people, if I make it, look, I'm bringing 2-3 people with me, so, you see what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. I'm like a sponge. No, I'm not a producer or whatever, but just me being an entrepreneur and just being myself, like, listening to you say the things that you say is very detrimental. Like you said, relationships, because a relationship got me here, you know what I'm saying, to get this interview. A relationship got me on this couch. So I definitely agree wholeheartedly. So what's next for your company?
I'm open to the process. I'm willing to grow. I'm willing to find, like, the next hungry guy. Like, I don't know. you might say, hey Rico, I got this, my cousin or somebody like this producer, he keep hitting me up, or Najee might say, hey, I like this. So, but I'm really bullish on the industry. I don't know where the industry's going, but I do know it's going up, and that there's going to be a lot of money being made. There's going to be a lot more money, and I want to be a part of that. But I also want to be a part of like mentoring it. I'm always doing mentorship. Awesome. So like I have students from Georgia State. Awesome. You know, I'll link with Curtis at Patchwork, and he may have like a workshop going on. He'll ask me. I gave money to say, hey, look, I'm not coming, but send some students over there. So I honestly don't know what the future holds, but I know that I'm gonna be prepared for the future
on the up and up.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be have my knowledge. I'm gonna be open to the process and just willing to learn and willing to grow.
Wow, Rico, like it's so much that I did not know that was going on. I'm like, dang, like you dropping gems on me, like. Yeah. I'm so excited for everything that you guys have going on because like I said, you've always been ahead of the curve. From back in the day, like you always, it was like Rico's there, like you said, investing, you know, paying the money to go to these parties, or you know what I'm saying, just spending a little extra dollars just to make sure you look good so you can meet these people and you can, you know, I feel like appearance is everything. You always looking good. You always got he always got that ish on for real. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? He might have a $12,000 shirt on right now. We might not even we might not even know. Like, but I think that's important too. So let me get into it. So how do you deal with the clients that you've had that's like late and don't want to do and don't want to listen? How do you deal with them when you know like, hey, this is the bag?
Yeah. So the thing about the industry is like they won't like Delta. They won't wait on you. So if you miss the flight, like you just.
What you said? Delta ain't gonna wait, baby. That plane gonna take off.
Yeah, no, unless if it's a private jet, they may wait.
Yeah, they may. They
may so long. Yeah. But then the pilot and the steward, they have to get sleep too. So even them, they have to leave at a certain time.
Right.
But the way I deal with it, I was like, look, this is your profession, this is your business, this is what we're trying to do.
Right.
And I'm not gonna be like preachy, whatever, but I want to let them know, like, and this is my time too, because I could be with my daughter.
That's right.
I could be
anywhere in the world.
Yeah. So like we like say, hey, look, man, it's important for you to. This is your job, so it's important for you to take it serious and professionalize it. So I try to professionalize it. I try to be on time. Like I try to get here on a certain time.
Yeah.
But you know, it's Atlanta.
I know, and we try. Listen, I apologize. I'm so sorry that we, you know, a little technical, but you know, things happen. Yeah. But you know, I always wanted to know, like, how do you deal with? Because you know, you dealing with being in the studio late nights. You dealing with the drugs. You dealing with the, you know, the women and all that stuff like that. And it's like you have to stay focused.
Yeah.
You do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you allow them to be a little lenient, but you have to stay focused. And I'm like, is that hard?
It's not hard, but because once you make your mind up, and once you make a decision. Mm-hmm. So if you have core principles and you have like these things that you believe in, then half your decisions are already made. So if I say, look, I'm not drinking because I'm going to be counting thousands of dollars and I don't need to be like in that promoter space. I literally had promoters give me more money than they were supposed to give me because they were like, hey man, I'm drunk. Hey, can you count this right? It's more than it's supposed to be. It's right. It's
right. Yeah. Give me them that. Give me that. Yeah, you shouldn't have been drunk, nigga.
I don't do that anymore. I was like,
he said, I don't do that anymore.
So it's like you got to be on your job. And then I always knew, like, because when we were going to these small towns in Georgia. Mm-hmm. I was driving the Escalator at the time, so I knew like in these cities they know the cars, the police know everybody. So like, oh, they in town. I know at this club. I know they're gonna be drinking. I know they're gonna be smoking. I just gotta get to that car and get to that window.
That's right.
And I'm all about the car. But I'm like, no, I'm not gonna be drinking.
I'm not gonna be. I'm gonna be the one.
Y'all get in the back. Don't fire. You know what I'm saying? And then they pull us over, like, we noticed that you was in this lane, but you supposed to be. I'm like, man, I already know what you're trying to do. You want to get in here and smell and see if something. But I was nice and calm. I'm like, sorry, sir, ain't nothing going on here. Illegal. Okay, cool. Let's go. You know, they let me go, like, because they didn't have nothing. They can't. But if I would have been on my P's and Q's, like, oh, bro, sorry,
off of it.
Put that out. We in big trouble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've had situations like that, and I learned, like, look, go handle the business. Like, make the main thing. We know what we're here for.
Right.
Like, so I always make a decision to, like, I'm going to be cognizant, because if something go on, I need to be having a clear head to know, like, which way where to exit at, which way where our cars at and which way we park. Like we're not blocked in. Like just certain little things.
You got to be on point.
Life saving. People don't even think about it. Like if something happened now, like how we getting out of here?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like how we get into the car?
Yeah.
Where's our driver? Is he in position? Like just little things like that are life and death in certain situations.
You definitely taught me. You definitely taught me. I was a personal assistant and I worked alongside with Rico, and he definitely you made me be organized. Like even till this day, you know, to some of the stuff that I have going on now in my life and that I do with my business. I take on from you, like, like you know, like you said, like being on point, being top tier with it because
early, like doing the walkthrough, like yo, this ain't gonna work.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, okay, they don't have this set up. Okay, this is not set up. Okay, just in case because we want to make sure like we on top of everything.
And there's been times where I literally have been at the club and I see certain things going on. I was like, this not gonna happen tonight. We literally didn't show up. They started fighting before my guys even got there.
Oh, wow.
Started shooting before my guys even got there. Or like, yo, the guy don't have this. He ain't got this right.
Right.
They're not organized. There's something going on. Sometimes life gonna life.
Yeah.
But it's just like being there early and doing your part.
Like,
due
diligence.
Your walkthroughs, doing your sound check. Like, I hate when we get there and then like the mics are not working or the sound sucks. But you should have known that at 5 o'clock.
Come on now.
Not like at 1:12 a.m.
When we about to walk on stage.
Yeah. So it's like, no. You already knew that speaker was blown.
Yeah.
You had. We knew we was missing this aux cord or this cord to the DDJ. So those things you can catch if you do your part. But if you get in there trying to figure out like which way we go, that's not a good look.
Okay, so tell the people how important it is to have a team.
Oh yeah, it's very important. You know, like you need a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
You need someone who's gonna make sure you legally, because you can do all this work, but if your contracts and your legal situations aren't right, then you're doing it all for nothing. So you want to make sure that you're benefiting long term. You need a manager. So it's very important. Teamwork. I know it sounds cliche, but teamwork does make
the dream work.
You know, so you need a manager. You may need a personal assistant because you may need someone to run to the store.
Yeah.
Someone to like, hey, go take care of this. Like you don't want to run your manager just ragged, like doing certain things. Like you're just like, bro, that your homeboy could have went and got
exactly. Who's around? Laying on the couch.
Yeah, so the team is very important. You may need, once you get to a certain level, you may need a booking agent. So like you can weed out like the good promoters from the bad ones, like the good shows from the bad shows.
Right.
You say, well, how can the show be bad? Like, well, you could be in the club making money, but you're not doing ticket sales. Which club money is good money, but like you're not billing. Are the fans there for you, or they just there for because this is Friday night.
Yeah, we got nothing else to do.
We hang out. We ain't really want to see you anyway.
Right.
I'm here with my girls.
Yeah.
I'm here with my boys. Like, yo,
we vibing
every Friday, bro. Whether you was gonna be here or not, you want people who like buy into you and become like fans of you. Like whether it's a $5 ticket or $10, $20 ticket. When those fans put that money down, they saying they voting for you with their wallets.
Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, so let me go to the chat because I know they in here. I'm gonna ask a couple questions because I know they want to know. They want to know what it do, Reek. Okay, let me see. Let's see. Okay, boom. Do you think short form content in the music industry is sustainable? It seems like it's causing streaming frame to become spread out and even more difficult.
You say short? What did it mean?
Short form.
Short form content. I don't know. I think you should have your content. Like it's very important, especially in this day and age when people videos are still important, but they moved away from that, so they're going more to short form content. Like I've seen the power of short form content. Just like I rep some guys, Cassidy and Steve Terrell, so they do TikTok videos, right?
Okay.
And so we were just doing these TikTok videos for fun, and then we were doing it for fun. They were doing it for fun. Then like a couple of brands reached out, like Rihanna reached out, said, "Hey, she's getting ready to do this lip liner.
Okay.
Can we pay y'all to do some videos for her?" Like, hey, yeah, we'll take that.
Yeah.
After that, like, BP Harris campaign reached out. So if you like follow me, see, I was in DC. Like, I literally was not at the White House just to be there on some visit. Like the team, even though she lost, which we fought a good fight, I still like just to show that look. They saw what we were doing on social media and they like reached out and said, "Hey, look, we want to partner with you guys to do some TikTok." So they did the Never Trump guy stuff.
Okay.
And they did the eating the dogs, eating the cat. So if you saw those videos on TikTok, those are guys that I work with.
Oh, okay. Shout out to them.
And we did like some cool stuff with the BP Harris campaign.
Okay.
But yeah, that's very important. So like, and you got to have your rollout. I mean, you can see like Kendrick came out, his rollout was boom,
crazy.
Here, but everybody's not Kendrick. Some people, you gotta
build.
And some people you build, and each person, what's good for this person may not be good for you. But I do believe in content. I do believe in feeding your fans and feeding your fan base. Yeah.
Okay, I got another one. Do you work with female producers?
Yeah, I do. I work with Tasha Couture.
Shout out to Tasha Couture. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I don't discriminate. I don't say female producer. I just say I work with producers. So like you could be a female. Like we've been around. Like I remember we used to do the camps with Travis Scott, and one of the girl would be in there, and she'd be kicking butt. You know, I don't discriminate. Like talent is talent. You know what I'm saying? So if you're dope, I don't want to say like, oh, she's a dope female producer. No, she's a dope producer.
Right.
Or he's a dope producer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't discriminate.
Okay, what's your approach to breaking and marketing a brand new artist in 2024?
Man, it's different for each one. So like I would talk to the client and say like, what's your goal, what's your vision, and what do you want to accomplish? And based on that, then we'll come up with a unique plan for that client. Say for example, they say, hey, look, I want to do this, then we'll go ABC. I know I'm not answering the question specifically because each one is different. Like, like I was listening to Doja, you know, like earlier this week, and the way like Top Man broke her is different from where he broke SZA.
That's right.
Like,
that's right.
He broke like Kendrick or some of the other acts. So each artist has to come up with their unique vision and plan
that works for them.
Yeah, because some people say, well, you can't do what The Weeknd do. Like he's like he's more reclusive. Yeah. So but you may be more outgoing, and that may be your sell. We can sell that because like, look, this is the way I react. This is the way I feed my fans. And if that's your personality, we need to lean in and go that route with you.
Okay. So they want to know, what do they need to do to get a one-on-one with you? Like they said they don't want to sit down with Jay-Z, baby. They want to sit down with you. They don't want to take the money. They want to sit down with Rico. So what do they need to do?
So, it depends. Like if you're in college, so what I do, I always go speak to the schools. So I got to be honest. Like I don't know how many people saying that, but I probably don't have time to meet with everyone.
Right.
You know, but I do consultants. You know, I don't like publicize it, but if they're really serious, you can reach out. You know, to Raven, or you could reach out, and then we could set up something like where it's in a professional environment. Right. You know what I'm saying? But I'm always speaking. Like I'm always posting stuff. So yeah. But if you're really serious about it, you could reach out. Like, and then make sure you follow me on social media.
What's your social media?
At Brooks Rico on Instagram.
So y'all hit him up. Yeah. Tell him Neat the Rose sent you. If you serious, because don't be playing with my top and my name, because we ain't got time to be wasting on y'all.
Yeah, you get Taylor, you know.
Yep.
And we can try to set some up if they're for real, you know.
Okay. So before we get into some more questions, everything that you said, amazing. Like I said, you've inspired me. You inspired everybody in this room. I'm so appreciative for you even taking the time out to come and do this show, because I know you could have been on an island somewhere, or you could have been somewhere getting a big check.
Oh, I'm going. Tuesday, I'll be there.
Well, I already know. I knew. Yeah. Like I already know. But I'm so thankful for you. Like I said, taking the time out and dropping these gems, because it's so important. I know it's a bunch of podcasts and they just be talking, but they don't really be telling nothing for real. They don't really be, they saying stuff, but they ain't really saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? And it's from the people that they want to hear from. Like, people know about you, but you like ghosts. You know what I'm saying? People, they know about Rico, but they don't know. And I'm glad, and I'm so appreciative for you coming on here. And one thing that we do on Meet the Rose, we give everybody their flowers. Okay. So I gotta give you your rose. Oh, thank you. You know what I'm saying? You get your rose because you deserve your flowers. Appreciate you know what I'm saying? You don't deserve them tomorrow. You deserve them today.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
So symbolic. Like, so I always say I have this thing like, so like at my house, like if you see me, I post like my backyard. Sometimes I post my front, but I have like, it started over probably like 700 flowers in my yard. So really, there was a point like I was like, hey, look, I appreciate this. Yeah. But I was like, I'm not waiting on nobody to give me my flowers.
That's right.
I'm called Garden Hood.
Ooh, that's fire.
I'm order my own flowers.
Ooh.
So I like, and my mom was a gardener, so like my mom.
Wow.
So I know if she saw my place now, she would be like really overjoyed. But like I appreciate this. Yes. But I was like, don't wait for nobody to give you flowers.
That's
you can
right.
go to Kroger, you can go to Publix, you can
That's
go to
right.
Garden Hood, you can go to Pikes, you can go
That's
to
right.
Maya, get some art, garden art. You know, you could go and get your own flowers.
Get your own stuff.
So sometimes you might be waiting for something, and that person may not never say they appreciate you.
That's so true.
Never say they're thankful. Yeah. And they may actually die if you're waiting on them. Yeah. So like, don't look for like don't look for others to like for your gratification.
Yeah.
Like, look at yourself and say, look, this is what makes me happy, and this is sustainable too. Try to be the best version of yourself. Like I was watching the Jason Tatum, the starting five, and the whole narrative was like, can Jason and Jalen win a title, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when he won, like the first thing Jason Tatum said was like, what they gonna say now? And I appreciate him winning, but I felt like that, in my opinion, that was not like a sustainable model. Always trying to prove other people wrong.
That's
like,
right.
I would want to be the best version of myself.
That's right.
Whether I won or lost, but it's about how can it be the best version of myself? Because if you're always trying to prove others wrong, you gotta always find something negative. Not negative, but you gotta always find something that they try.
Yeah.
If you're trying to become the best version of you,
it don't
it's
matter.
all about you. Because it's like some of the best coaches, they say, look, I don't know what they got going on, but this is what we're doing. You see what I'm saying? I'm not worried about the opponent.
Yeah.
I'm fighting my best fight.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So try to master self and look inside instead of trying to prove other people wrong. Because I think that's more sustainable. Like, and that's gonna give you the best version of you versus trying to, or they said this, or I'm trying to prove them wrong. My teacher said I was never gonna be nothing, so I'm proving her wrong. You know what I'm saying? What happened when the teacher died?
Right. She don't even matter for real. That's so true. I think when I became like my authentic self, and I stood in my power of raving and not like, I don't give a F about what nobody else got going on, what you feel, how you feel. I'm gonna be me. Authentically. I'm going to be, if I'm a little loud, I'm gonna be a little loud. If I'm a laugh, if I'm a joke, I'm gonna be that. And once I did that, everything, all doors start opening up for myself. So I definitely, I'm 100% there with you on that.
Appreciate it.
Even with the flower thing, like that's really dope to be like, don't wait on nobody else to give you no flowers. Give yourself some.
Yeah, and sometimes you may be. It was so funny. I was saying I was looking for the hand claps, but sometimes you gotta pat yourself on. You got. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta clap for yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I thank you so much for taking the time
out. Started.
You mess with you. I was gonna say you, because I keep you here now. I keep you here now.
Yeah.
Listen, I appreciate you so much, Rico.
Appreciate you.
Please keep me in touch with everything that you got going on. Because
I'm on. Listen, one thing I like about Raven too, like if she don't know, she gonna hit me up. Like, and if I don't know, like she may, hey, I need this to this that. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah,
let me point you to.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Ask me some questions, but I seen her trajectory. I seen her hanging around like when at 5'16".
Yep.
Then I seen her like she was working with Sonny,
yep,
rolling, and then now she was we were out there with Metro,
yep,
but she always in the mix. I say Raven gonna keep herself in the mix some way. That's what I love, because she gonna find a way. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, baby, we gonna land on them feet.
You know, some people be like, dang, they still talk about a story of such and such stole my beat. But I'm like, how? That was 20 years ago. You still talking about
that? Bro, yeah, baby.
Like,
listen,
like what you gonna do? Like,
we gotta keep it going.
Yeah, you keep it going. You see what I'm saying? Like, I could have been like, oh man, y'all fired me in 2007. Yeah, I could have been a millionaire. And I was like, I'm gonna go find some more people.
Guess what? I'm about to go get them M's. Is you crazy? Listen. I said I could be myself. Sonny said I got an opportunity.
Yeah.
Guess what? Oh, I can. To meet the Rose, I am to meet the Rose. What? Y'all crazy? We gonna get these M's. Shout out to Sunny Digital, EBT TV, Club Digital, for opening the doors and, like you said, relationships and the meeting. He's definitely a great example of that.
So many people
may
not get credit for it. And
yes.
I know our manager says, oh, you always hyping up your clients, but no, this is real. Like, so sometimes, like when the story is told, even if it's never told, the people who know,
that's right. They know.
They can't look you in the face and say,
nah,
Sonny connected so many dots.
You know what I'm literally 5-16 days. All these people that y'all think is, well, not y'all think, but they are. They big, and who they was in his house on the floor. You know what I'm saying? They was in there, and it was like before they became who they was, and he definitely is a perfect example.
So many stories, like like riding in the sun. We come to pick up Measy Jump, come up to 516.
Yep.
No, that was actually that was 450, right?
Oh yeah, 450 people. Ooh.
And then we went to
that was a time too.
21.
Yep.
Took him up to RP Chubby Baby.
Yep.
Sycamore, and then we took him to LA. Like, so I remember those rides.
Yeah.
I remember like McConan, like, yo, I got this guy. I'm like, what? I'm like, you sure, Sonny? Like, trust me, Rico.
You know what? And Rico, and I told him, I can't remember when, but I told him, I said, you know what? You know talent.
Yeah.
Every time an artist and certain artists that he get a hold to, like he has an ear, he sees it.
Yep.
I don't know how he do that. That's his secret power that we don't know. But when I came home from prison, 21, he told me, welcome home. He gonna be next.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you one story that shows how solid Sonny is. Stand on business. We were going to LA. And Sonny was working with some guys, 3 guys, take off set.
Oh, yeah. Okay. He told us about this, but go ahead.
He was like, yo, call my publisher. I'm coming to LA. I'm bringing these guys with me. And I want them to come to every meeting I go to. And we get to the Sony building, the old Sony building that was on, I think it's Wilshire, one of those on Santa, one of those big streets. And so in the Sony building, that other building, you can look up and you can look down in the lobby and you can see who's down there. So we down in the lobby, like we're going to see an A&R. I'm not going to expose them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But, we ain't gonna put you on the.
Yeah, but we look. I see them looking down. They're like, well, they only want to meet Sonny. They don't want to meet the other 3 guys because we're the Sonny's like, look, I already told them if my guys can't come to the meeting,
right,
I'm not coming up there.
Right.
So like, then you see they go back in the office, then a couple minutes later, the phone.
Oh, they can come.
Oh yeah, they can come upstairs.
That's right.
So Sonny listed some of the artists' music, and then Sonny plays some of their music, right? Then a week later, we get back to Atlanta. The Versace remix, Drake jumped on it, and they're like, "Hey, Rico, you remember them guys?"
Yeah.
Oh, what can we do? I'm like, bro, you done said like just show you how the industry changed. Like in a week, it's like okay. That's just a typical story, but that's Sonny stood on business for his guys.
Definitely.
And I always appreciate being solid.
And just to add on to that, especially with being in the music industry, stand on business. You know what I'm saying? Stand for something. Because I know the industry is so fake and twisted and it's all types of stuff, but you have to be some type of, and that's another thing, Rico, that is really great that I love that you do. Like, I couldn't do it because I ain't had time. I would have strangled somebody. I would have been back in jail. But
no, you weren't.
No.
We're not going back.
We ain't going back. We ain't never going back. You know what I'm saying? But for you, I've never seen you have to compromise your integrity or what you stand for. Like I've never seen you be like, I ain't never been like, Rico was being fake. Like, I never seen that. How you get away with doing that?
I don't know. I just try to be my authentic self.
Yeah.
I've gotten mad before. Sonny seen me get
mad.
It's only so many times.
I don't even think you could yell. I don't even think Rico could yell, bro.
Yeah, I could.
Look, the baby like, yes, he can. Daddy can yell.
That's too funny.
Yeah. I'm like, how did you get away with that? Because I see some of my faves I done seen in the most, and I'm like, ugh. Crash out, and then, or just play themselves or sell their soul.
Yeah.
And it's like,
my
dang.
Soul not for sale.
My soul ain't for sale, baby. This belong to God.
Exactly.
Wow. Man, Rico. Okay, so I got another question.
Okay.
Explain working for hire within the music industry.
Yeah. So Sonny had called me the other night about this. He had a friend over. From my understanding, I'm not a lawyer. I would tell you that.
Okay.
I'm not in law school like Kim K or whatever. But generally speaking, in the producer world, you don't want to do work for hire because it means that you basically they're taking over ownership and residuals from the work that you're doing this work, but they hired out and they're gonna own it. So in that situation, if from my understanding, it's like we try to do like producer deals or producer declarations, but we don't do work for hires.
Okay.
Now, if you're a videographer, if you're doing some content for some people, they need to own they need to own the content, because if you're shooting a video and they're paying you for it, then you need to own it. But if you're a producer, make sure you have a lawyer, because you want to make sure that you retain. You're letting them use the beat, but you want to make sure you retain important things like your publishing. You want to make sure you get your royalty and your producer credit. I may be missing something, but you want to make sure you have those things. So make sure before you sign any paperwork, even if it's from me, to have your legal representation. It could be one. I've seen artists, producers, or clients get mixed up by one paragraph they put in there because they were trying to just do this deal real quick. I realizing that it had language in there that you didn't truly understand. So know what you don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's okay to grow, but sometimes you got to stay in your lane. Like,
you are not a lawyer, baby.
Yeah.
You don't know that. You don't speak their language. Go get somebody. Go use that money.
And if a lawyer's talking to you for another person, then you say, hey, that person was smart enough to hire a lawyer.
Yeah.
Why am I not hiring a lawyer?
What's wrong with me?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, hey, my lawyer told me, this lawyer, he told me to call you. My client told me to call you. I'm like, oh, okay, really? So if they got a lawyer, you might need
to get you a lawyer. Yeah. Okay, so they have one question. They said, what is Rico's favorite artist in Atlanta? Like Mount Rushmore.
Wow. I don't know if I have just one favorite, so many good ones. And it's in Atlanta. Like I know they did a list recently about different artists, but it's about eras too. You know what I'm saying? So
that's right.
But just coming up in Atlanta and like the stuff that like really inspired me, it was of course Outkast. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Outkast.
But I came up in the industry too.
Yeah.
Like the good thing about Atlanta is like you can see, feel, and touch it. So I'm coming from Albany, Georgia. When I get to Atlanta, I'm at the AU Center. I go to clubs. I'm seeing Michael Vick in the club. I'm like, well, I ain't got a chance with this girl. Michael Vick over there talking to her. You know what I'm saying?
There's some real players in here.
But I'm like, so you can see black excellence.
Yeah.
Like, in your face. You can ride down some of the neighborhood I stay in now. Like I was riding over there. I never thought I could be like living one neighborhood over from this person to that person. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. But I'm seeing these houses. I'm like, yo, black people own this house. And then like, so growing up in Albany, you got to think about it. I never saw a black dentist.
Wow.
I never saw a black optician. I never saw.
Wow.
No profession.
In Albany?
Yeah, no. I mean, there were some.
Yeah, but you didn't see him. Okay.
So,
yeah.
But when I came to Atlanta, it's like it's everywhere.
Black.
And they like own a business. They own restaurants. They not just own. They running stuff like black mayors. And I'm like, okay.
If they could do it, I could do this. Yeah.
I can see it. I can achieve it. So a big part of my things I like to do is exposing. So like I'll get a client. Mm-hmm. First thing I'll do, not first thing, but one of the first things we'll do, we'll go to LA and I'll take them to Rodeo. And I know they can't throw nothing on there, but I want them to see it. And so now they's like, oh, snap, I need to really take this. Listen. They're going to stand up. They're going to be like, yo, was that such a
listen.
Yeah.
Nothing, but just as a little side note, let me tell you something about LA. People hate LA. Everybody be like, oh, I like LA. I don't go there for the people. We spend months and months out there. And I fell in love with it because I can rent a car and I can go to Malibu and I can ride down that road and I can see all them big old houses and I can say it's a billion of them houses up there. I can have one of those. Yep. It's the motivation, it's the inspiration. Yeah. So that's dope that you saying like I take my clients and I show them some shit that they ain't never seen before.
Yeah, but that don't mean they can't one day.
They will get there. That's
some
right.
People say I just need to see it
and I can get it.
So when I get onto these buildings, I'm like, yo, these guys I used to thought like, man, these guys were so smart or so much more talented. But when I started walking the red carpet, I was like, I could do this too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I could put on my St. Laurent and stunt with the big dogs. Yeah. Okay. So one last question. Cool. Rico, do you work on contract basis with who you're managing, or do you go by handshake?
It depends on the client. You know what I'm saying? So we can do contracts. We could do handshakes, but the thing about it is you got to remember that as a manager, it's only so much you can do if the client don't want to be with you.
That's right.
Have a clause, you can have a sunset clause, you can get paid or whatever, but it's not like a publishing agreement or like a label agreement where there's real deal consequences. Like if a person don't want you to be their manager, it's only so much you can do. You see what I'm saying?
You can't fire. You can't.
You can't be like, oh, I'm forced you to be my manager. You gotta be around me. Like, no. But like, so I try to do business up and down, but I realize like the contract is when we start saying, if they say what my contract say, I was like, oh, we're in trouble. If they have to say, well, what do I, if we start talking about the contract, we in trouble. You see what I'm saying? That's what I realized.
Yeah.
Like, if they say, well, how much does the contract say? What I'm supposed to say? If we going back to the contract, there's we're in trouble.
Okay.
Now, you see what I'm saying?
Why?
Because it's like that means like it's nothing you can have a conversation about.
Oh yeah,
like, we gotta go to the contract.
Oh yeah,
like, when did my contract go? What are we doing?
Oh, we gotta keep it business.
Have a contract, like if you like, I'm talking about as far as like managers.
Oh yeah, you and your relationship. Yeah.
Like, if we talking about the contract, then and there's been times where I'm like, you know what, you need that. Let's go ahead. I forego my commission. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to just be like, because there's been times like, yo, I need this to get on my feet, or I need this to do this, and I'm the type of guy where I could be like, no, I'm reasonable. I'm not, what's that?
That's a doorbell.
Oh, okay, cool. So I'm like, yo, if we can have a conversation, we can figure this out. But if we got to go to the contract and we got to lawyer up, then that's when you know, like, oh, this relationship is going in the wrong direction.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I always say.
Yeah. Okay. So one last thing that I want to know, because you see me doing the streaming, you see me doing the live Twitch, and you see that, you know.
Let them people know when they should, like, at what point in their career do they need a manager?
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one.
At what point in your career do you need a manager?
A lot of people be jumping off the porch thinking that they need Rico to manage them
right.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you need a manager when you have something to manage. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, because managers only get paid on commission. So,
right.
So, like, if a person say they want to be your manager, but you got to pay them monthly or weekly, you being finesse. You know what I'm saying? So this is not like you're not a manager. You basically hiring a consultant.
Okay.
But a manager, generally speaking, get paid on commission.
Mm-hmm.
Industry standard is 10 to 15. Some people do 20. You know what I'm saying? But the industry standard actually is 15. But some people do 20 if it's 2 managers. Some people do 10. You know, just depends. You can scale it to how big you are, but you need something to manage. So what does that mean, Rico? I need something to manage.
Right.
So if you make $1,000 a year and the manager's commissioning that means she's making $150. You probably don't need a manager.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But it could change overnight.
That's right.
You literally could put something on TikTok, and I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
But that don't mean it's sustainable. That
right.
means that you got one thing that's going but you could try to turn a hot moment to a hit career. But you actually need to have something to manage. So I actually encourage clients to start doing some of the stuff early on, like whether it's like trying to do certain things, certain sessions, just like, so you'll appreciate a manager. Because some people don't even know they jumped in the game and they never knew how, like, the thing, they didn't appreciate it because you never had to do it.
Yeah.
When you start, you know, we've been out there, we start like trying to book these rooms, trying to book these flights, and you know, book the car service, and the car service council, they didn't tell you certain things, or you get to the room and you booked the wrong day. Oh man, you just say you booked the wrong flight. Oh man, then you appreciate, like, wow, I really appreciate this manager because this taking a load off of me. Man. So but you need to know some of those things, so when you do get a manager, you'll appreciate it. No, I'm not saying go try to do like big stuff and fall off a bridge.
Right.
But like just like early on, just doing some of those things so you'll know and appreciate it. But you'll know when you need a manager, when the work gets so to a point where it's like, yo, I can't handle this, or like, yo, I got some serious offers. People hit me for a pub deal, they hit me for an artist deal, they hit me for a label deal, they hit me for this type of deal. You'll know, like, are you getting the calls and you getting booked? They want to book you. They want to book you. They want to book you. Yeah. You might need to get a booking agent. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
You'll know when it gets in there. At that point.
Thing, a lot of people. I mean, I feel like it's not a stupid question, but it's kind of like it's a question that's just in a gray area though. But
okay.
People be like, where do you find a manager at though?
Yeah, I say
that's a good question.
Yeah, where do you find a manager? When I was coming up, I looked at who were the artists or who the producers or who are the people that I like and who doing business. Like, I like how they doing business. So see if, like, who managed them. But that don't mean you'll have access to, like, some of those people, like, who managed Kendrick, Anthony.
Yeah.
Future, he probably like, bro, I'm not finna. He might, but I don't know. Anthony's a cool guy, but he may not have the time. He may, but so you can see some of those. But then there's another way you can look at it too. Like, you could, it's nothing wrong with building a team around you. We talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
And I like the approach that LeBron did. And
like his people.
That Jay-Z did. But he didn't just empower his people. He actually put them up under people. So like when Rich Paul came, LeBron had this white agent. Okay. He was a good agent, and then he put Rich Paul up under him, and he learned the business. And then when he got to a certain level, he's like, okay, I'm gonna just let Rich Paul take it from here. You know what I'm saying? And some people think like, oh, I gotta subtract. I gotta. Now, I'm not just a fan of homeboy management, but if your homeboy is passionate and he's willing to learn, then I'm saying give him a chance.
Put him in a position.
Yeah, because if he's willing to learn, and sometimes he may be, you can have people on your bus, and sometimes they may be in the wrong position. So like, you're on the bus, like, look, but you may not need to be the driver. You may need to be like the
open,
road manager.
Yeah.
Need to be the assistant. You might need to be like, I don't want to break down shows or whatever, but you got to
start somewhere.
I'm trying to keep you on this team. I'm trying to keep you on this bus. But you can't be in certain positions, or you can, and you be like, don't just like, oh, I gotta get rid of them. You can just be like, I'm gonna bring somebody else in,
yeah,
and they can help show you. And if you're willing to learn and grow, then cool, you know what I'm saying. But if you're not, then you're gonna be phased out, because if the person is very ambitious, sometimes ambition is greater than loyalty.
Yeah, that's right.
Like the person loves you, but they want to be, and they feel like if you're holding them back, you know what I'm saying?
That's
you
right.
Don't want that feeling, somebody saying, "Man, I could have been such and such if you would have held me back." So I say, "Hey, look, grow with you," and then you can find somebody like I've seen it. I literally seen it. Like people come up together, like take Keith and his manager Cam, like they were from Memphis, both went to college, and they both were willing to grow and learn and come up together. You see what I'm saying? Okay. So there's nothing wrong with that. And if you may be like, "Well, look, okay, I got a guy. He's hard, he's hungry, he's young, he's good, but he don't know anything." Maybe you put him with the seasoned manager that can say, "Hey, look, I'm gonna teach you the business. Not trying to take your client, not trying to take all the commissions, whatever, but I'm gonna show you the ropes and put you and embrace you and put my arms around you and be like, look, you can do this, you got it." Because sometimes all it takes is someone saying, "Look,
you got this,
you got this, you can do this."
A little encouragement, a little push.
Times, like, and then they're gonna mess up. Trust me, I messed up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's just part of life. That's the way life goes. You're gonna mess up.
Yeah.
But what do you do after the mess up? You take this as an opportunity to learn and grow.
That's right.
You just hold your head down. You see what I'm saying? No, it's like, look, or learn. What is this opportunity? What is this challenge trying to teach me? What is this opportunity trying to tell me? You see what I'm saying? Like, you're sitting there like, damn, how did we miss that flight?
Right.
Well, okay, I gotta get here.
Yeah.
Atlanta. Atlanta traffic.
Yep.
If you don't have clear.
Yep.
TSA pre-check when you get to the airport, but you might be in big trouble.
You might be. You is.
You got to show. And some of these cities, it's only one plane going.
It's only one plane.
And if you miss that plane,
it's over tomorrow.
You know what I'm saying?
Tomorrow.
Yeah. So, but don't be afraid to grow. Don't be afraid to build around you. So,
okay.
I'd rather have someone who's passionate.
Okay.
Than someone who knows it but they don't care about me. Give me a person who's passionate.
That's
about
right.
Because we can work.
We can figure this out.
But if you just like in it, you just like, okay,
yeah,
I know everything, but you're not like going
believe in it. Yeah, you're not going to. It's not gonna be the same.
Exactly.
That's like cooking. If you ain't putting no love in that food, I'm gonna be able to taste
it. You can tell the difference.
Yeah, you can be like
certain restaurants, like, oh yeah, they cooking with love.
Yeah, like that's why I always said, make my with some love, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
The energy is real. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
This book now, he's talking about like when some person is cooking for you. If a person has a bad attitude,
you can taste it.
And if they're my waiter or waitress, I'm like, yo,
I'm straight.
Yeah, I want somebody who's happy to be there. You know what I'm saying? I don't need nobody like,
no
mad,
sour face.
Pissed off.
Yeah,
I ain't even want to work today anyway.
No, don't have me. Don't bring my food out because you might sneeze and don't give a damn. And
energy,
now, transferring the food. Now I'm eating. Now I'm running around. Why am I sad? Why am I mad?
Exactly.
Because you didn't just touch my plate and put it. I agree. Energy is everything. But what I want to ask you, with the streaming and you see, I'm doing this live streaming on Twitch and you see all this going on. What do you feel about that? What's your take on that?
I'm open to it. Like, I'm happy, you know what I'm saying? Like, that artists can now speak directly to their fans.
Right.
When we came up in the game, I know we had these debates, me and Sonny, we talk about gatekeeping.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of gatekeeping. And in some form, Sonny said, we need more gatekeeping.
Yeah.
Because he's seeing how it's just getting out of hand. But then sometimes it's like, I don't mind somebody just come saying and growing their fan base. And if they can go directly, so they can like skip not saying they got to skip the A&R, but if they can like
cut the middleman out,
go directly to their fans.
Yeah.
So now they come with proof of concept. Like, look, you saying, well, what do you got? What can you do for me? The label now, they first question to ask you, well, how many followers you got? How many monthly listeners you got?
Right.
How many streams you got?
Right.
Like, damn, what do I need the label for if I got to do everything?
I got to do my own work. What are you here for?
So it's like, I love this. I'm still learning a lot of it.
Yeah.
Too, but I'm always open to grow too. But if my guys can speak directly to their fans,
let's do it.
I love it because I've seen the benefits of it. You see
what
I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's kind of, some people say it's kind of like a little Wild Wild West.
Yeah.
Anybody who get a gripe now, I look online,
everybody on there,
all the business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, say man, One more last question. I know I'm getting on your nerves. I know.
The last
this
one.
This is the last one. This is the last one. You dropping the gems. Okay, how do you feel about independent artists and being signed to a label?
Man, I was just looking at the report. It's like almost half of the industry now is like the independent. So yes. I'm like, it's a great time to be independent.
Okay.
If you got some fans, you got some music that they like or some content that they like, and you can speak directly, and if you can continue to continue to own that content or continue to
which is important.
Those copyrights. So what you're seeing is now the industry shifting, in my opinion, more to a distribution model. So
right.
Whether talent or whether the actual artist or the the creative continues to own their content because own the IP. So they want to own this property. They don't want to just like give it away.
Yeah.
And so that's why another thing. So now even a lot of labels, they like saying they're acquiring some of these distribution companies. Cause like, look, artists are kind of smart now. If they come in the game with big boy numbers, they like, yo, you're not finna
play with me.
Give me this and give me a royalty.
Yeah.
Like, no, I want to own this. I want to co-own it. I want it to revert back to me in certain years. Very important. So I love it that that people that guys can own them, because that means if you own it, guess what you can do? You can pass it down.
That's right.
If you don't own it, I can't pass down commissions to Sanaa.
Yeah.
So I gotta get something that I can pass down. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna always be here.
That's right.
Like, what are we doing for the next generation?
That's right. Listen, Meet the Rose, EBT TV, Sunny Digital, Club Digital. We appreciate you so much. Thank you for dropping these gems. Listen, I know you got the baby and we gotta go. It's Friday night. It's the week. Thanksgiving coming up. It's all this stuff. Thank you so much for coming. Listen, anytime.
Appreciate it.
Anytime you need me. Appreciate you. Listen, we gotta go, y'all. I'm gonna see y'all next week, Friday. Peace out. Shit, I know what I do